Local and live, covering Franklin and Washington counties, it's Let's Talk Tri-State with Tiny and Katy.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Tri-State, powered by Home Right Windows and Doors in Waynesboro, the right choice, 2024's Best of the Tri-State winner.
From the Maryland State Police, we have Sergeant Tyrel Flowers-Jackson, recruiter of the force. Hello, thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you, pleasure is mine. Thank you for the invite.
You know what is so funny is when you walked in earlier today, I am not doing anything illegal, but as soon as I'm in the presence of a police officer, I just automatically feel like I'm in trouble.
That's not the impression we want to give.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
You probably also hear, and I'm surprised Katy didn't do this, so if she did, I wouldn't be surprised. But when you walk in somewhere and the people are around, somebody inevitably, because I've seen this play out so many times, we'll say about a friend, here, take her.
She didn't do that, but that is a common theme when we
hope you brought the cuffs.
It's
or he or she did it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's the same as if I'm driving and there's a cop on the road. I automatically just feel like they're coming after me, even if I've done nothing wrong.
They say we make hearts skip beats. So
Yes.
It is true.
So let's talk about recruitment, because I know that's your area of expertise. And if somebody were thinking about getting into the force, why Maryland State Police?
So why Maryland? I always tell people we're a long-standing tradition of being the finest agency in Maryland. We're one of the few agencies that serve all 23 counties in the state of Maryland. And if you decide to join us, you're joining a tradition of professionalism and service throughout the community of the state of Maryland.
What would be the basic qualifications to become a trooper?
So people, believe it or not, our basic qualifications are just like you said, basic. They are high school requirement is a high school graduation or GED certificate equivalent, something like that. Also, you need to have a driver's license and be a U.S. citizen. Right?
Okay.
We don't require college. A lot of other agencies do. We don't require college, and that's because in our academy, if you make it that far, you are privy to a program we call FCC, where you can earn a 2-year degree, an associate's degree, while attending the academy for free on the Maryland State Police.
Mm-hmm. So if you decide that you wanted to go the route and become a trooper, when would be the next candidate class that you would have?
So right now we're accepting application right now for our next candidate class, which would potentially start date in January, so this winter. So if that's something you're interested in, apply now because it's getting close to the deadline. So you're still eligible if you apply now to make it into this upcoming January class, our 159th class.
If someone were on the fence and they were thinking about it, if you were talking to somebody who said, I thought about becoming a trooper, but I'm not sure, what would you tell them?
So I always tell people, if you're on the fence, first thing I do is reach out to a trooper. Ask them what made them join, what their interest is, and how they enjoy the job, right? Because we all understand being a police officer is not for everybody, right? It takes special individuals to want to go, I always say, when everybody was running out, it takes a special individual to want to run in to help some people in certain circumstances. So that's my first thing I would say to people is to reach out to a trooper and ask them and things. Second thing is give it a try, give it a shot, right? You never know what you're interested in and what you like until you actually put your foot forward and go out and try to accomplish something that you never thought about doing before. So those are my two advices for people that are on the fence, right? But this is something that you have to want to do. No one can force you to do this, because if you're being forced to try to do this, I promise you won't make it through it.
And it's also not one of those ones, well, I need a job, I guess I could just.
Yeah, that's.
No, I guess. It's you should know.
You should know, right? And that's what I tell people our application process is. Like, we have people that I thought they wanted to do it, and then when they get into it, we even have people make it to the academy, and then they realize what we demand as troopers might be a little bit too much for them. And because, like I said, we have a long-standing tradition of professionalism and service, and we do not waver on our integrity on that.
Where is the academy located?
Our academy is located in Sykesville, which is Carroll County.
Okay. It's
pretty central to everywhere in the state of Maryland.
Okay.
Let's talk about you. So what made you want to become a cop?
So I have a long backstory, but to put it in simple terms, I had some good people in my past. I had a football coach when I was in high school that was a Tacoma Park police officer, that he told me that's a valuable idea to be. And on top of that, one of my best friends I've ever grown up with, his mother did 25 years for MPD in D.C. And she showed me that being a police officer isn't always about just locking up people and taking bad guys to jails. There's a human side to it, an element to it. And so that when that opportunity came and my dreams of going to NFL didn't come to fruition, I fell back and looked into different agencies. And like I said earlier, Maryland State Police is one of the agencies that didn't require me to have college because I didn't have the 60 credits needed. So when I applied for the Maryland State Police, it wasn't easy. It took me about a year, maybe almost 2 to get in. But I got accepted into the academy, and now I'm looking at almost 12 years of service.
Good for you. Wow.
Since we're talking about recruitment, and by the way, we're talking with Sergeant Tyrel Flowers-Jackson. He's the recruitment officer with the Maryland State Police. I don't know if this was a rumor or a legend or what, but I remember as I was growing up hearing, because I grew up in the south end of Hagerstown, just a few blocks from the state police barrack. Mm-hmm. Is it true that when you apply and you go through the academy and you become a state trooper, that wherever you live is not where you are necessarily stationed? Is it a requirement that you not serve local where you are?
No, you have opportunities to serve where you are. When you come out of the academy, you kind of at the mercy of where we need you at first. Mm-hmm. But there's opportunities to transfer to different areas of the state. I was one of the few people that I was blessed. Like I said earlier, I was born and raised in Montgomery County, Maryland, and I had an opportunity to go work right back at the Rockville Barracks, which is Montgomery County. Mm-hmm. Some people don't have that opportunity because there might not be availability. So, for example, if you live in Hagerstown, Hagerstown Barrack might not be available when you first graduate the academy. But there's a lot of troopers that stay on the job, make the commute at first, and then they work their way back to Hagerstown. Okay.
What are some of the specialized units that troopers can go into?
Oh, if you think about it in law enforcement, the Maryland State Police has it. We have investigative units all the way down from narcotics to gangs. We have computer crimes, and then we have other units as our crash team units that do investigation on large crashes and fatal collisions. Then we have a reconstructionist that go back and help with the crash team doing reconstructions on accidents and stuff. Dive team, which is a part-time team. We have a SWAT team.
Oh, wow.
So we have anything you could think of police-wise. I could go here and sit on for days talking about different divisions and what they do. We have a motors units. So we have so many different divisions. Anything you could think of in law enforcement we have. Only thing we don't have, always tell people, is we don't have horses. That's the only thing the Maryland State Police does. We don't have horses.
Well, now I'm out.
What'd you even come in for?
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry to disappoint.
Do you get that question a lot?
Every once in a while, people ask, do they have a mounted unit? And the Maryland State Police doesn't have a mounted unit at this time. But anything else, like I said earlier, to focus on anything else we could think of, investigators, all the way down to white collar crimes, child abduction, everything you could think of, we have.
How do you think people figure out what they want to specialize in?
So that's one of the questions I get all the time, and I always tell people, there's an agency, you can come in with a focus or want to do something. I get people all the time, I came in with an IT background, I want to go into computer crimes and do things like that, and then next they fall in love with narcotics or something like that. So if you come in with an open mind, you get a chance to see whatever it is, and then you dedicate your time to a focus, right? If you're interested in a unit or anything like that, spend a day or two with the unit. You might have to spend some of your off time, or if you get a chance to get approval from your commander to go spend a day with them, see what they do and see what they actually do, and then you might like it or you might not, and that's how you can pick and choose. I tell people when I got into recruiting, I never had a thought to be sitting behind the desk and talking to people, but it was one of my first sergeants. She came to me and she said, "Hey, I think this is an opportunity for you, and I think you'd be good at it." She said, "You are really good at getting along with different type of people. Like, you're friendly, everybody loves you." And I don't know if that was true or not. And I said, I don't know. And then she hit me with what I called the trump card. She says, "Listen, you have, at the time, 2 kids." She's like, "This is a Monday through Friday. And I think this will benefit you and your family as well." So I said, "I'll give it a try." Little did she know that I absolutely fell in love with it. And I've been in recruiting unit for almost 7 years now. And I've had the opportunity to promote and stay. But I absolutely love what I do and go around all over the state and out of the state of Maryland to talk about my job as a trooper.
I wonder if that happens a lot, where someone on the outside sees something that maybe you're not seeing in yourself and says, I think you would be perfect for this.
I believe it does happen often, and I hope it happens all the time, because that's what supervisors are supposed to do, is when they see something, just like you would in your children, see something that they're good at, you got to give them that nudge sometimes. Like, "Hey, I think you should try this. Would be good for you."
Play to the strengths.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I always try to, before we do these interviews, I always spend a little time online researching just to get a better idea of, who we're talking to and what they do. And I did see that there was a job opening for a helicopter pilot.
Yes, so we hire helicopter pilots. So we call those our professional staff. We hire people outside. If you don't want to serve as a sworn member and carry a gun and badge, we hire all type of professional staff, from helicopter pilots to mechanics to admin to HR specialists to crime scene technicians to forensic science people in the lab. So Maryland State Police, we are the sworn members, are the front forward of the agency. But our support staff, our professional staff, oh my goodness, they do so much behind the scenes that people don't know about, and we absolutely hire for those all the time.
are the Maryland State Troopers also responsible for a protective detail for the governor?
Yes, we are. So that's another one of our specialized divisions called our Executive Protection Unit.
Wow, there's so much that you offer.
Listen,
I don't think I knew. I didn't know all of that.
A lot of people, because they see us on the highways, and that's their first thought process is they see the uniform and patrol. And do understand, patrol is the background of the Maryland State Police. And before you go any of those specialized divisions, you will be tasked with patrol for a minimum of 2 years from the date of hire. So 6 months of the academy, in a year and a half of the first year and a half of your patrol, your career will be in patrol. Because you have to know the job of a trooper before you start doing anything else. Any additional duties.
Is there a cap to how old, to age?
So, yes, we hire up to 58. With that being said, at 60, you're forced to retire at the Maryland State Police.
Oh, okay.
So we don't limit you from applying all the way up until you're 58 years old. And the reason is because at 59, by the time you finish the hiring process, you'll be forced to retire anyways. So, yes, we've had people come on the job in their early 50s. And sometimes they already lived their career and they say, hey, it's always been a dream to be a state trooper. And they wanted to do the last 8-9 years of possible before they turn 60 as a trooper. And we'll honor that. We'll definitely hire them and we'll use the body.
Do you find that a lot of people that apply are career switchers?
At times. It depends. We get people from all over the place. And I tell people that's why there's no one place to go get a trooper, right? If there was a well, trust me, we would go there every time to go grab as many troopers as possible. But we get people that come from all over the place. We have people that transfer from other police agencies. We have people fresh out of high school. We have a cadet program where we hire people fresh out of high school at 18 until they're 20. And then when they turn 20 in 6 months, we put them in the police academy. And all their cadet time transfers over to become troopers. That's really our farm team. That's really the backbone of a lot of our academy classes are starting to be some of our cadets. About a third of our upcoming academy class will probably be cadets. So that's a big thing. So if you're looking for a job fresh out of high school and you know college isn't the way you want to go, absolutely, cadet program for the Maryland State Police, we will hire you. Same qualifications, U.S. citizen, driver's license, and obviously graduated high school, so high school diploma. So same thing. And then also, like I said, coming from all over the place, we go to college just to talk to people and everywhere else. But there is no one particular place to be a trooper. One of my best friends on the job happens to be another sergeant in a unit. She went to college in pharmaceutical sales. She said she went to a career fair, talked to a trooper, and went home and was like, I'm going to be a trooper. So from pharmaceutical sales to a trooper, and now she's been on the job for over 17 years. She did undercover work in our gun unit and things, so many different things. So I tell people there's no one place to get it. But yeah, career switches, we do see that too.
Sure.
So it's a little bit of everything.
With our last few minutes here that we have, Sergeant, tell me what is your favorite thing about your job?
So like I said, I'm a talker. So I absolutely love going around talking to people. But more than anything else, I like to go back into my community. And along with right now the climate of policing, there's a lot of myths in policing work, right? So I get questions, why do police officers do this? Some of them I can answer, some I can debunk. I can't answer every individual situation. Well, this car stopped me and this happened. I don't know. I wasn't there.
Right.
What's the most common question you get?
There's a variety of them. It's hard to pick a certain one. Why is there always 5 troopers on a traffic stop when I get pulled over and stuff like that? And I tell them there's a variety of reasons. If there's 10 people in the car, I'm over embellishing, but if there's 5 people in the car, a lot of times we would like to outnumber the car if possible, if we have reason to as well. So if it's just a simple speeding violation, we might not need backup or assistance or anything else. But if there's multiple people in the car and we feel there's a reason that we need more troopers, we will ask for assistance. Sometimes it could be a trooper just driving up the road and we have a standing tradition to check on each other, right? I could be off duty in my police car, and if I see a trooper on the side of the road, you damn right, I'm going to stop out and check on him, say, hey, is everything cool? You don't need any help? And if he doesn't, he might give me a thumbs up and I might keep going my way. I might pull over, it might be a buddy I ain't seen in 5 years, and we might have a conversation after your traffic stop. You never know why we're there, but we're there.
Because you all have each other's backs.
We all have each other's backs. And that doesn't just stand for troopers. It could be a county or sheriff or whoever it may be. If I see the lights on and on a traffic stop or any incident, it's my responsibility to step out or stop out and to make sure they're okay.
What is something that you wish the public either knew or would do? Now, so let me give you an example. Here's what comes to mind, and it bothers me every time I see people not doing it, and that is when you're on a highway or road, whatever. If you can get over and there's a police officer that has someone pulled over, get over.
So you're playing
slow down, get over.
You're playing to my heartstrings. So that is a big one for me, and it's probably the ultimate one. And anybody that knows me on this job, I've been hit 3 separate times.
Oh my!
So yeah, it was a brand new trooper. Probably we did it was 8 months into patrol, I was hit by a tractor trailer. I had missed about 7-8 months off of work, hurt my shoulder injury and everything else. But that to me is the biggest thing you can do, is because it could save a life, right?
Yeah.
And not just for law enforcement, but for anything with emergency lights. So a tow truck driver, a state highway worker that's maybe setting up cones or whatever it may be, construction worker, if you see the lights on, you see the cones over, if you have the ability to get over, if you don't have the ability to get over, just slow down. Slow down. Give them that. That safety is big for all of us. I can't tell you how many times I've been on a traffic stop and a car goes zooming by me and my whole patrol vehicle starts to rock.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. It's just I see it happen. I'm not obviously feeling it like you would be in your car, but I just see that, and I always think about that is, regardless of the job, that is, there's a man or a woman there who more than likely has a family to get home.
100%, and that's on both ends. The violator, the person we might have stopped, and the trooper.
Right.
We all like to get home safely, and that's why I tell people in any interaction in law enforcement, there's always a gun in the situation because the trooper brings one to it or the officer does. But regardless of the situation, we all want to go home, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for spending time with us today.
Thank you so much.
I have so many questions I could ask you, but we'll just have to have you back and talk a little bit more next time.
Do I have last one more minute to talk about our upcoming trunk or treat?
Yeah, I didn't want to miss that. I was going to interrupt
at the
and say that.
Hagerstown Barrack. If you are free this coming Tuesday, October 22nd, from 6 to 8 at our Hagerstown Barrack, we are having a family-friendly trunk or treat. You get to meet different variety of units of our agency. Hopefully, I think our crime scene is going to be out there. Maybe somebody from our SOD unit is going to be there. And you get to meet the troopers from the Hagerstown Barrack from different aspects of the barrack level. And we're going to be giving out candy, of course, and everything else. Wear your costumes. Hopefully, our troopers get to participate and wear their costumes as well. But it's a phenomenal opportunity to meet the Hagerstown Barrack. And
I think you should all come dressed up as state troopers. That's just me.
Oh, man. I think that's what we do on a Monday through Friday regular basis. Right? So,
and I don't know if this will entice anybody, but I will also be at that event between 6 and 8 with our sister station WAYZ set up doing a live broadcast. So
awesome.
I will see you on Tuesday. Yes. Thank you so much, Sergeant Tyrel Flowers-Jackson, for spending your afternoon with us.
Once again, thank you guys for the invite, and a pleasure.
Hope to have you back.
Absolutely. Coming up, we're going to take another look at news and sports, and it's all powered by 2A Arms LLC, 2A and PA, Firearms and Freedom.
If you'd like to be featured on an upcoming episode of Let's Talk Tri-State, call 717-597-9200 or email letstalk@921thegoat.com.